today I am going to be cleaning my sewing machine. I've just noticed these last couple months it's been really lagging. I feel like the threads have been snapping more, and I've just noticed that the gears, they need oiling. They needed to be cleaned out. So I thought I'd show you how I do that today. I was really intimidated because I've actually never taken this machine apart myself. So I want to go ahead and do that today. I want to clean out all the lint, give it a little bit of oil. And if you are watching to learn how to oil your machine, I would recommend going to your sewing machine's manual that you get when you first purchase it, and then looking at its instructions, because there are some machines that don't require any oil. You just need to clean out the lint and it should be good as gold, but some machines need a little bit. So if you have your sewing machine manual, go ahead and take a look at that before taking apart your sewing machine. Just another disclaimer, if you are going to clean out your machine and oil it, make sure that you have no sewing projects or deadlines happening soon, because you are going to want to let your machine sit a bit and sit with a piece of fabric placed in between the pressure foot and the pressure plate. That way any excess oil kind of sitting at the top is absorbed and it's not going to be on your garment, as well as the thread that you feed down to the needle. If you're oiling those gears, you're also going to want to do some practice stitches to make sure that the oil is not transferring to your thread before you sew. So now that we've gotten all that out of the way, let's go ahead and take apart this machine. So most sewing machines come with screwdrivers in their kit. So I believe I got these two from Joann's Fabrics, because they also sell tools near the sewing machines for repairs. So I know that I bought those two, but this one came with my sewing machine because they do provide like little things in this little compartment. But yeah, that is what I'm gonna start doing. So I took off the little portion where your extra supplies are stored, and then I'm gonna go ahead and open up the area where the bobbin is. So here's what the inside looks like. I'm gonna go ahead and take out the little bobbin portion. And I already took out my thread. You're gonna want to remove all the threading that you've done. So the spool that goes up here, that feeds the thread all down and through. I just removed all that. Same with the bobbin, removed the bobbin, and I can already see there's so much lint in here, so I know my machine needs it. I am going to take out also this little brush, and I'm just gonna give it a good little brush down. Then I'm gonna go ahead and take each portion off. So there are a couple of places where I'm gonna use my screwdriver. So first, I'm going to remove these little nails right here. Cleaned out most of the lint that I could see at the bottom. I'm going to remove the pressure plate now from the top because I know that there's a lot of lint from fabrics trapped under there. So this one is going to be my flat screwdriver again, and I'm just going to go in and actually use a smaller one. So that is fully removed. I'm going to set these pieces off to the side again, just so that I'm not taking off too much at once. And oh my gosh, there's so much lint in this. Okay. Oh my gosh. That was one scoop on the top right here. I cannot believe that I was even just so like something this last month, because it makes sense why my threads kept breaking. So if you have not cleaned your machine out in a while, this is a reminder. Here I used a Swiffer duster sheet to pick up all other lint or dust that was left over. Okay, so I've gotten rid of a lot of the lint. I've wiped down the pieces that I need to put back. So one thing that I am going to do is give each part just a little bit of this all-purpose machine oil. You want to get oil that is specific to your type of sewing machine. So I picked up a Singer machine oil, but if you have a Brother sewing machine or any other type of sewing machine, you're going to want to look for something for that specific brand, just because I don't know how that would go, like mixing oils. I don't know if all the companies use the same type of oil. So this oil has like absolutely no directions on it, but I did a little bit of research, and it says that you want to give your machine a good amount of oil and then wipe it down. So you don't want to put too little of oil and then let it like sit. You want to give it a good wipe down after you've put on a good amount. So that is what I'm going to do now. So I think I'm going to do this is I'm going to get a paper towel, put some of this oil on the paper towel, and then I'm going to rub down the bobbin wheel, and then I'll put it back together, and then we'll get started on this top portion. Okay, so now all my little pieces are oiled. I am going to start putting them back together. Okay, so I gave that a couple test rounds and everything seems to be moving great down here. So I will go ahead and wipe off the little pressure plate, give that a good wipe down, and then we will put it back on. Now that the bottom portion of our machine is cleaned and put back together, I'm going to go ahead and move on to the top. Now I'm going to add oil onto my napkin, and I'm just going to apply that, and I'm also going to be turning the sewing wheel to just watch the gears that are moving the most, and I'm going to actually apply oil directly to those gears, then I'm going to wipe off the excess. Now that the machine is fully put back together, I'm going to take some scrap fabric. This is a flannel fabric I used for an apron for my sister for Christmas. And I'm just gonna lift up our foot pad, place the fabric underneath, and then set the foot down, pressing it, and that's gonna like soak up all that excess oil. And then after about like 24 hours, I'll come back tomorrow and I will do a couple of stitches onto this just to make sure that that oil is not seeping into my thread. So I'm gonna set that aside now. I'm glad I checked that off of the task list. The next portion of this video, I actually wanted to sit down and talk about what I plan to make for winter of 2023. So technically December is the start of winter. December 20th was the first day, and I made a lot of Christmas presents this month. Didn't really film too many of them because I was just trying to get them done. It was just very busy. So I still have about 3-ish months left of winter, and I have a couple of pieces that I want to make for myself before the cold goes away. So I thought I would go over what I plan to make. So the first garment that I plan to make this winter is I want to try knitting a sweater. So I looked at a couple of different beginner videos for sweater making, and I found a pattern by Bethany of Well Loved Knits, and I want to go ahead and give it a try. It is her, let's pull up the actual name so I don't get this wrong. It is her seamless mock neck sweater. It is such a cute fit. I really like that it is sewn in like 2 panels and then seamed up the sides. So I really like the look of this sweater. I'm not sure what color I want to make yet, but I think that's going to depend on what kind of yarn I find. So I know I don't want to use like really thick wool because our winters are not that cold, and I don't want to make something too warm that I am going to not put on. So I think color is going to depend on what kind of yarn I find. I usually make neutral colored garments just because they're the easiest to match together, but then I also kind of want to incorporate color into my wardrobe. So I'm not sure. I will let you know. Maybe there'll be a poll on my Instagram if I find 2 yarns that I love and I can't decide, so just keep an eye out for that. Okay, so I really want to make myself a pair of loose fit overalls, and I wanted to use a linen type fabric, but maybe something that doesn't wrinkle as bad. I have a pair of overalls that I do like. I thrifted them recently and I like the fit, so I think I'm going to try to make a pattern out of them. And I'm not sure if I want to do them just a jean type of fabric or a jean color of a lighter material. I'm really looking forward to adding this piece to my wardrobe. I think that they go with so many different things. You can throw a sweater over them if you're cold. You can wear a long sleeve, short sleeve, a tank top. Really, they're all year round, but I did want to add this into my wardrobe at the beginning of the year so that I can wear them throughout and see how many different combinations I can come up with. So I'm very excited to give this one a try. Next on the list is I want to add more dresses to my wardrobe. So when I did my video, when I tried on everything, I did show a dress that I made myself, and I really like it. I've worn it quite a bit this holiday season now, and I want to make some more in different patterns. So this is just an inspiration I found. This is a dress by Bella Trends. I found this on Pinterest, and I like how it's like almost like a baby doll fit type dress, but there is still some shape to it. Like, I don't like wearing a full-on baby doll dress because I just feel like I feel more frumpy in dresses that don't kind of like cinch at the waist a bit. So I like the balloon sleeves and I like the length, I like the top. So I'm gonna try to do something like this, and I might mess around with the silhouette a little bit, but this is inspiration for a dress that I would like to make myself. The next on my list of things I want to make for myself is I want to make a nice coat and not something that's like super thick and I'll be too warm in. Something that is like kind of funky, kind of patterned, and I've seen actually a lot of people making raincoats out of waterproof tablecloths that they thrift. So I kind of had that in mind, something that's like florally, colorful, and something that I can wear kind of into like April as well, because it rains a little bit here, not a lot, but just something kind of out of my usual style. I don't have a lot of patterns in my wardrobe, but I thought since I don't have a lot of patterns in my wardrobe, maybe making a coat with some patterns in it would be perfect. Those are the pieces that I plan to make, and every once in a while I throw in a project here and there. Like I have a girlfriend who just asked if I can help her make a piece for a cosplay she's doing, and then I also, am still crocheting, still knitting, doing all the things. I am really excited for the upcoming videos. Those are just some videos to look out for. If I make the pattern myself, I'll try to film how I did that, or like what that process looks like. I'm really looking forward to the new year, just fresh ideas. I am learning a lot in school already. Like my next portion of school is going to be all about fabric selection, patterns, how to adjust patterns, so I'll be definitely using that information as I move along in my sewing journey. That concludes my sewing projects that I have in mind. I kept it short because, again, there's only about like 3-ish months left in winter, so those are pieces that I really do want to incorporate in. Another note, I cut off my hair, and it was not a midnight decision. I've actually been thinking about doing this for a while. I was kind of over the red. I started dyeing my hair red in October and I liked it, but then it was really drying my hair out. To be fair, I wasn't really taking care of it. So going into the new year, I'm trying to take better care of myself. So I went back to a color that I knew I could grow my roots out. It wouldn't be a big deal. I didn't have to dye it as much. I could trim it. I'm probably going to keep this length for a bit because I forgot how much I love short hair. I haven't had my hair this short since before I had my daughter. It's very fun, a nice new change for the new year. That's really all I have to share for the rest of this year. I hope you all have a very, very happy new year and a safe new year. We'll see you all in the next one. Bye.